Okay, this is development vlog number 4. My name is Joshua, and I'm happy to announce that the beta version is finally available. So you can sign in, you can work through all the stories. Although from now on there's only going to be Spanish and Russian available because it's not possible for me to maintain 4 languages. But there will be new stories every day, so log in, have fun, and learn a language. And yeah, so let's see what is new. First of all, in the front end, there's not that much that is new. Besides, there's now this new badge, so you see that there is this new story today. And besides that, I introduced blocks. What are blocks? Blocks is additional information or additional training that is loaded in when needed. So you get a dialogue from the server, and you get all the deconstructions for the sentences from the server, and within the constructions, then there are blocks that are additionally loaded in, and they are going to make, you notice in advance when there is going to be a block, so additional content for you to watch. Let's take this dialogue I have here in this example sentence. So,
say, what does your sister do?
What does your sister do? Что сделает твоя сестра? Then we take the sentence.
Что твоя сестра делает?
Что твоя сестра делает? In that case, there is a deconstruction available. So we train the sentence now, so it gets deconstructed.
Say, your.
Your, твоя.
Твоя.
Твоя. And you see here, I didn't know, or I did know. In that case, I knew.
Ask your sister.
Твоя сестра.
Твоя сестра.
Say, your sister is doing.
Твоя сестра сделает. Okay.
Твоя сестра
And
делает.
what we have here is there's a verb introduced, делает, and you can train this verb now. And what is that does is load in an additional training. So let's repeat the verb to do if we are not sure about the verb. So let's read.
Let's repeat the word to do. Make in Russian you say.
Okay, so much to that. Further than that, the stories are actually now ranked. That means that each individual word is now, or there's now a database for each individual word, which I maintain on the server, where I rank all the important words and how much each word is used. And here you see all the forms of the words. I also use this database to generate certain blocks, not the dialogues as I write the dialogues currently. So by this, all the words, all the dialogues are sorted, and there is now a natural learning progression through all of them. So you start at the beginning, you end at the end, and then currently there are not all the words in the database are covered by dialogues, but this is the goal of the beta phase, to introduce new dialogues every day and eventually to get a coverage of 100% or of more than 100%, to repeat each word in multiple stories in multiple contexts. For that, there is now a story dashboard. So this is how it looks currently for Russian. I have implemented, 27% of the words are currently in a Russian story, and that is 481 out of 1,780 words. This is approximately the vocabulary you need to get going on your own. Probably you can do with less, but it gets difficult to construct stories in Russian with that. In Spanish, it's actually easier to do with less vocabulary, because in Russian you have verbs, and these verbs have partners that have the same meaning but are different words. So 2 words in Russian are essentially 1 word in Spanish. And what you here see is a graph of the usage of the words 1 through 1,700, and these are the words that I never use, these are the words that I use once. So when I write new stories and dialogues, I always take words that have never been used, combine them with words that have seldom been used, and then the story is ranked and you can work through it. Other than that, I'm also introducing a lot of situational stories. And if you have any request for a situation, for example, a friend of mine who went to an Airbnb in Spain, and the host of the Airbnb could not talk English and he could not speak Spanish, but then you can suggest that situation, and I'm going to create multiple dialogues so you can specifically train that situation and become more comfortable in that. Other than that, there are now flags, which is very important. So you have this symbol in the right corner. Whenever you see something that is wrong, then, or you have an idea or whatever, you're just flagging that. Also, when you're in a dialogue, in a blog or wherever, at what position you are, that position is recorded exactly. So if you report something is spelled wrong or there's a grammatical mistake, I see exactly what speech bubble that was in, so I can correct it. Also, currently flagging something as anonymous. I'm not sure if I keep it that way for the future. Maybe it might, or probably it's going to be a good idea to reach out to people for certain with certain suggestions or follow-ups, and I'm probably going to make it optional to be anonymous or non-anonymous. Yes, further than that, beta is now available. The link is in the description, and yeah.